For millions of people across generations, Cliff Richard was never just a singer. He was the soundtrack of life's small and large moments. His music floated through radios, living rooms, summer holidays, and family celebrations, embedding itself into memory without fanfare. When he says that music holds a very big meaning for him, it is not mere performance talk. It reflects decades of joy, struggle, resilience, and survival. At 84, after a life tested far beyond the pressures of fame, Cliff Richard speaks with a clarity that only time can give, reflecting on a life observed by the world. A childhood far from fame. Before the world knew him as Cliff Richard, he was Harry Roger Webb, born on October 14, 1940, in Lucknow, then part of British India. His father worked for the Indian Railways, while his mother managed the family with quiet strength in a land shaped by colonial rule. Their life was modest, yet stable, surrounded by extended family and familiar routines. Growing up with three sisters, Cliff absorbed the closeness of family bonds that would influence him throughout life. Political and social upheaval forced the Webb family to leave India in search of safety and stability, a decision that would shape his early experiences profoundly. Starting over in England. In 1948, the Webb family left India for England, trading the comfort of familiarity for uncertainty. England was colder, harsher, and far less forgiving than the life they had known. Homes were smaller, money tighter, and social expectations demanding. Cliff attended several schools while the family sought stability, eventually settling in Cheshunt in a council house that finally felt like home. In this environment, young Harry learned to adapt, to blend in, and to persevere through discomfort. These early experiences shaped resilience, teaching him to navigate change with quiet determination, skills that would later guide him through fame, loss, and the pressures of the music industry. Finding music by chance. Like many teenagers in post-war Britain, Cliff found music both an escape and a form of expression. Skiffle and early rock and roll pulsated with energy that drew him in. When his father bought him a guitar at 16, it was a small, unremarkable gift, but it unlocked a new world. Cliff began experimenting with small groups, harmonies, and performances. Music became more than a hobby. It gave him a sense of identity and direction. Harry Webb was stepping unknowingly toward a life that would transform him, offering not only a path to fame, but also a medium through which he could understand himself and connect to others across generations. Becoming Cliff Richard, Harry Webb's transformation into Cliff Richard marked more than a name change. Joining a local rock and roll group, he adopted a stage name that blended strength with inspiration, Cliff for edge and Richard in tribute to Little Richard. This shift was psychological as well as cosmetic. Shyness and uncertainty fell away, replaced by confidence and presence. Early performances were raw but passionate, revealing a commitment to authenticity. When he stepped onto a major stage in 1958, something clicked. Cliff Richard emerged fully formed, ready to pursue a path that would forever change British music. He was no longer just Harry Webb. He had become a symbol of energy, optimism, and possibility. A career of extraordinary milestones. The sheer numbers of Cliff Richard's career are staggering. Over 250 million records sold worldwide, more than 130 UK charting releases, and top 10 hits across 6 consecutive decades. Few artists have achieved this level of consistency. While his popularity in America never matched his British fame, his global fan base remained loyal, particularly in Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and parts of Asia. Honors such as knighthood recognized his achievements, though Cliff saw them as acknowledgement rather than definition. His career was built on dedication, artistry, and authenticity, demonstrating that success can be sustained when driven by conviction rather than fleeting trends. Losing his father. Amid rising fame, Cliff experienced a deeply personal loss when his father died suddenly in 1961 at just 56 years old. Cliff was only 20. Still adjusting to both adulthood and public recognition. The loss left a lasting impact. His father had guided, grounded, and encouraged him, instilling discipline in an industry that often lacks structure. Cliff's reflections reveal that the absence of paternal support during critical early career years created an enduring sense of incompleteness. Yet this grief also reinforced his resilience and determination to honor his father's belief in him, carrying forward the lessons of dedication and integrity throughout his life. Watching his mother fade years later, Cliff faced a different kind of heartbreak as his mother developed Alzheimer's disease. Witnessing her gradual disappearance while she remained physically present was profoundly painful. Alongside his sisters, Cliff provided care, navigating the exhaustion and emotional strain of long-term illness. When his mother passed away in 2007, it closed a chapter that had shaped his entire life. She had been the anchor through upheaval, from India to England, from obscurity to fame. Her presence and guidance had left an indelible mark, influencing the values, compassion, and dedication that would define Cliff both personally and professionally. Family bonds and personal loss. Cliff Richard maintained close ties with his sisters throughout life, relying on them for support and encouragement. The passing of his younger sister, Donna, in 2016 marked another profound loss. Donna had supported him from the earliest days, helping with lyrics and providing moral strength. Her death served as a reminder that success and fame cannot shield anyone from grief. Family remained the foundation of his life, a source of grounding amid public pressures. These personal losses shaped Cliff's perspective, reinforcing the importance of connection, loyalty, and gratitude beyond professional achievements or the applause of audiences. Enduring presence over prediction. Cliff Richard has always embraced presence over speculation. He performs while he can, rests when necessary, and avoids anxiety over what lies beyond control. This philosophy has shaped his approach to both music and life. It allows freedom, focus, and authenticity, letting him give his all on stage without being burdened by worry. Cliff's endurance is not just about career longevity, but about cultivating a mindset that balances ambition with acceptance. This quiet wisdom informs his performances, interactions, and reflections, allowing him to continue connecting meaningfully with audiences who have followed him across decades. Not retiring, just pausing, Cliff has consistently resisted the notion of retirement. For him, stopping is a choice, not a necessity. It involves listening to instinct, respecting his own rhythms, and keeping doors open for future possibilities. He maintains the freedom to return to the stage if inspiration calls. This approach preserves energy, passion, and authenticity, enabling him to perform without obligation or strain. Cliff's perspective reflects a broader understanding of life. Engagement is driven by desire, not duty, and meaningful contributions come when one acts from inspiration rather than expectation. It is a philosophy that has shaped both his career and personal life. Still singing, still connected. In 2025, Cliff Richard continues to tour with a team of musicians he considers family. His performances are now more intimate and reflective, yet remain heartfelt and sincere. He sings for the joy it brings and for the comfort it offers to audiences who have grown with him. That exchange between performer and listener remains sacred. Cliff's ability to maintain this connection decades after his first major performance is a testament to his enduring authenticity and dedication. His stage presence reflects not just skill but wisdom, inviting listeners into shared moments of reflection, nostalgia, and human connection. A legacy beyond numbers. Cliff Richard's legacy cannot be measured solely in record sales or chart positions. It lives in resilience, grace under pressure, and the courage to live authentically in the face of public scrutiny. He followed conviction rather than trends, choosing honesty over fleeting popularity. This commitment shaped a career and life that inspired others, proving that true impact is measured not in accolades but in influence, endurance, and integrity. His story demonstrates that a meaningful life is defined by perseverance, the ability to evolve, and the capacity to remain present, even as circumstances change around you. The quiet truth of today. Today, Cliff Richard lives with awareness, gratitude, and calm. He has known love, loss, triumph, and hardship, enduring both public scrutiny and private grief. Yet he remains present, generous, and grounded, embodying the quiet strength that has sustained him for decades. His journey illustrates that meaningful living does not require perfection, but demands resilience, authenticity, and courage. Even as his voice softens, the power of Cliff Richard's life resonates, reminding us that the most profound contributions often come from those who continue to sing, act, and connect despite the inevitable passage of time.